It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the USA Paralympian wheelchair basketball player, Megan Blunk. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to get involved in professional wheelchair basketball?
Yeah, I knew that I wanted to get involved with it because of the fact that I had no idea it even existed throughout my entire life as an able-bodied athlete. And when I got paralyzed in 2008, I was 18 years old and I broke my back in a motorcycle accident where I was paralyzed from the waist down. And I got my quad muscles back, but everything was just taken away from me and I didn't know that there was another life to live. I thought my life possibly could be over, and that was hard. But because I had all this regret for everything that I took for granted before my accident, and wished I would have tried harder and really, really pushed myself. I didn't want to live with that regret, and so as soon as I found out about wheelchair basketball, which was a year later, I never looked back and I said, no matter what it takes, I'm going to make it to the very top, which was the Paralympics, and also earn a full ride wheelchair basketball scholarship to college, which I ended up doing at the University of Illinois. And it just, yeah, it was never even a question. It was obvious to me that having a second chance was something I should never take for granted. So
What was your time playing at the University of Illinois in wheelchair basketball?
what was my time?
Yeah, what was it like?
It was really hard for me. It was very, 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 very challenging. I was 2 years post injury, so I'd only been paralyzed for two, maybe almost three, um, and and that was hard to begin with. And all these things were coming at me, but I knew I had to stay focused and do whatever I had to in order to accomplish my goals. That I was not going to let myself live with regret again. So I was going to do whatever it took. But college was extremely hard for me. I struggled a lot. I struggle with mental health, and I'm also a really good athlete. So it was like two, very opposite things trying to come together. And um, I don't know. There's so much to say in that. Let's just say it was really hard. I learned a lot. They push you, they, force you to grow, and they challenge you, and it was a great experience. I think you're gonna have to ask more direct questions about that in order to keep me on track, because there's a lot.
What were some of your accomplishments during your time in college playing wheelchair basketball?
Well, accomplishments. I would say my accomplishments that are accomplishments to me would be learning to hold my head up, and being surrounded by other people with disabilities who are strong, and I don't know, they show you the way. So those accomplishments are pretty much every single thing I did while in college. I know that that is another long answer, but it's true. Everything I did was an accomplishment, honestly, because it was hard.
Of course, coming out of College of Illinois, what was it like going to obviously the U.S. wheelchair basketball national team?
It was pretty similar because they really train us hard at the University of Illinois. Except for USA, we do 3-a-days for practices during the training camps, and 3 days are very, very hard. Um, they get exhausting when you've been doing, like, that's three practices a day. So it's like 3 hours in the morning, 2.5 in the afternoon, and an hour and a half to 2 hours at night. And then there's there's breakfast, lunch, dinner, video sessions, psychology sessions, strength and conditioning sessions, all of it just nonstop, because we're a decentralized program. So we don't all live together in the same place and train together. So when we do come together, we have to really give it our all. And so the difference was the 3 days, but the fundamentals and the structure, it was actually the same coach as my college coach. And, so I was used to the way that she ran things. And
what was it like getting to put on that Team USA jersey for the first time?
It was awesome. It was in the dorms when they handed our jerseys out after telling us we made the team, and it just was so great to have finally, reached the goal that, I mean, I didn't totally reach it, but I got the jersey, and that was special.
Of course, in 2013, what was it like going to the being a Pan Am canoe?
Yeah, the Paraconoe. I went to World Championships in Germany, and I got silver. I lost by 0.5 seconds in both the races. Well, no, not the VAA. I don't remember what I lost by, but that was awesome. I'm glad that I lost, because honestly, like, it was such a new sport, and I had a girl that was really challenging me, and I wanted that. So so I was glad that the race was so close, and it made me feel like I really earned that second place.
What was, of course, in 2013, what was it like being a dual athlete?
A dual athlete. It was crazy busy. It was just like non-stop training and traveling, and it it was very, very busy.
In 2015, what was it like to first join the national team of Team USA?
In 2015, well, my first year on it was 2013. So you're saying in 2015, what did it feel like to join the Parapan team? It was great. It was, another step towards the Paralympics, and it felt good.
What was it like, obviously, competing in the Pan Am American Games?
Those were actually, I think that was where I had my best game. That, or it was at World Championships. Yeah, I don't know. It was, it's always a special time, every tournament. There's, a lot of love and support in the crowds, and just the whole journey getting there. It's always, it's always special.
What was it like leading up to the 2016 Rio Olympics, the Pan Am Olympics?
It was very busy again. We have more training camps each month when it's the year before the Paralympics. So it was like I was out of town every other week. And yeah, it was just a lot of focus, a lot of discipline, and a lot of nerves, because, you're getting closer to the Paralympics. So yeah, a lot more is on the line.
How was that like, obviously, when you won gold in 2016?
It was special. It was, I mean, it definitely changed my life, because of, it's like more than just going and competing. You made it to the top, and you guys, we were the best, and that gave me a lot of opportunities in life, a lot more like respect and ability to have an impact on others. It's really special, because you can't take it away, and it helps me have a bigger voice, and that's important.
What was it feeling like whenever they put it around your neck for the first time?
It was, I don't know. It was cool. Yeah. It was special. Yeah.
What are some similar and differences between, obviously, competing in the World Championship and the Pan American?
The Pan American or the Paralympics?
The Pan American and the Paralympics.
The World Championships are just North and World Championships are the whole world that we compete against. So those are fun because there's teams from all over. And then the Parapans, those are just competing for a place at the Paralympics. Unless you won the World Championships, then I think that helps you place. But the Parapans are North and South America, and then the Paralympics is the whole world again. So, yeah. So all of them are important.
How was it like going to the World Championship in the Paraconoe in 2013?
I went to the Paraconoe in 2013, and then I went to the 2018 Paralympics. The Parapans.
What was it like, obviously, being a part of the wheelchair basketball to now?
It's like a whole other community and support system in that world. So it's cool. I have friends in every state and teammates for life, and it's definitely made me who I am. It's given me a lot, and it helps me give a lot back. So it'll always be a part of my life.
Of course, can you talk about how you've had a very impactful and important impact, obviously, in the mental health area of wheelchair basketball?
I think so I'm not so sure how much of an impact I've had in the wheelchair basketball world for mental health, but I think just in general, being honest about what I struggle with is beneficial for a lot of people that struggle as well. I say that because I really needed that. For myself growing up, I felt like something was wrong with me always, and I didn't understand why I felt the way I did, and now I do. And there's ways to alleviate it and heal, and but I want to make sure that people know that just because you see all these good things on Instagram and Facebook and see me in commercials or whatever, like, you have to remember that I am still human and I do struggle with mental health. And so there's a lot more to the story, and it takes a lot to get there. And I just want people that do struggle to know that they can also get there, and it's not going to be easy, but it is possible. And so I guess for wheelchair basketball, I do think a lot of people struggle with mental health because life is extra hard when you have a disability. And I just want them to know that it's totally normal and we're all in it together.
What's a typical game day routine and rituals for you?
I like to listen to music on the way to the game and zone out. I like my time by myself, but then when I need to start loosening up, I like to go shoot around or joke around a little bit. But it's a lot of just inner reflection and just trying to get myself ready to be focused and stay confident and everything that I got to do.
What was it like for you in this previous Paralympic Games?
I didn't go to Tokyo. I was on the team and we're, ready to head there, but then the pandemic, it got postponed. And so I tried to hang in there for as long as I could. I think we found out in June that it was postponed, but I needed to take a step back and work on myself. And I figured that this was the best time to do that in the middle of a pandemic when we're quarantining. So I took that time and I'm glad I did. I have no regrets. I've healed a lot and I needed it.
What are some things that you look forward to in this upcoming Pan American Paralympic Games?
Well, I am not competing right now. I'm taking a break, and but I think it'll be great to watch the team grow and see how they do.
What are some of your future plans, obviously, in your career outside of obviously playing wheelchair basketball?
I just want to keep having an impact on helping the sport grow and spreading awareness so that people that have disabilities and don't know about it have the chance to go try it. And I love coaching, so any chance I can get to coach recreationally, I love to do that. I like to help out with like camps and just mentor as much as I can. I'm still working with Hartford. They're one of my sponsors, and they have me travel a lot with them, and I get to give talks and coach clinics and stuff.
What advice would you give players that are looking to be in wheelchair basketball?
Advice would just be advice to someone looking to get into wheelchair basketball would be just don't give up and keep pushing forward no matter how difficult or frustrating it can be. Equipment is expensive, travel is expensive. Everything about having a disability is expensive if you want to participate in life. But there are always ways to make it happen. There's a lot of grants out there. The Challenged Athletes Foundation is a great one to get sport equipment, and just keep going and keep being that person that paves the way for the next generation, because it makes a difference. And honestly, you just kind of have to take it on as your role to make it better. So be a part of it and don't give up and be another voice and body, that all of that good stuff. Just keep going and you'll see results.
What advice would you give first-time Paralympians and even multiple-time Paralympians looking to compete in the Paralympic Games?
My go-to advice for new players or people trying to play at a high level is always just, this is what worked for me, is like if you miss a shot or make a mistake, just start talking about the next play. So you could stay in the game and don't get in your head too much. So be loud and vocal. And honestly, it kind of helped me to like deflect any of, if my teammates, were maybe frustrated or something, like before anything can be said, before any look can be given, like I'm already talking about the next play. I'm saying, get back on D, and it just shows that I'm still good and we can, we got this. So that's my advice, is keep talking.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
I just Instagram or Facebook, just Megan Blunk.
Thank you again, Megan Blunk, for your interview, and best of luck in your future wherever it may hold you.
Thank you.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Megan Blunk, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.